And here's the moment that the Tigers army's been waiting for. The great Dustin Martin, followed by Dylan Grimes and Marlon Pickett, making their way out onto the MCG. The end of an era where so many memories were made. Marlon with his kids by his side. Marlon Jr., Latrell, Shaniqua and Levi. The most unlikely of Richmond heroes. But everyone's here to see one man. Three Premiership Cups on display. What brilliant memories they bring back for the Tigers army. And the two players, I guess, David King, that really sum up the contrast of the Premiership era. You've got the brilliance of Dustin Martin, and then the sort of egoless, the defence of Dylan Grimes.
Yeah, you need the stability of those types behind the ball. They're absolute competitors. They were warriors when they needed to be, but they all knew that this guy was something special forward of the ball. They knew when the games needed to be separated, Dusty would step up, and in the biggest of occasions, he never let them down. Best on ground in pretty much every final I can remember him playing in. If he was ready to go, he'd get the job done for them. What a player he was. I mean, there's 40,000 people here just waiting in the stadium to say thanks, Dusty.
And Pickett, the grand final debut, the spin, the goal in the granny. But you talk about Dustin Martin. He's an icon, isn't he, Joey? I mean, he changed the Tigers' story. He changed the club. He's a history maker. And we're just very lucky to have seen him. And for him to belong to the Tigers, that's why these fans absolutely adore him.
Well, he is. They come around once in a generation, these type of players. He's going to be missed by everyone, not just Richmond fans, but what he did for the game of AFL. Standing up in the big moments. Really, a lot of the way they played was built around Dustin. And just look at the three guys, all different journeys. Dusty came in as a high draft pick, fulfilled that talent. Dylan Grimes did it the hard way. A lot of injuries and just that ultimate teammate that you love to play with. And then obviously the Marlon Pickett story, coming in as a mature age recruit. 2019 mid-season draft to debut in a grand final. They've all done it their own way, but they all leave a legacy at this football club.
They waited 30 years for a player like Dusty, and we'll probably wait another 30 to see someone of that calibre. What a treat.
What an incredible story. Mid-season pickup. Remember that grand final week when the news dropped that Damien Hardwick had selected a debutant for the grand final.
It's one of the best stories I can recall in footy. Yeah. Marlon Pickett playing his debut in a grand final, playing so well. Dusty finding him and kicking a goal, the crowd going crazy. Big risk taken by the coaching staff and paid off in spades.
Look at these scenes. It's just incredible. He's already had his 300th milestone with 90-odd thousand at the MCG. Great to see Damien Hardwick sticking around. Sean Grigg, of course, part of that era.
The ruckman.
There's Nan, Lewis. Mum Kathy's here today as well. Some tears in the crowd. Love the effort of the kids, the signs. Dylan Grimes, the glue of the team, wasn't he? The Grimes, Rance, Asprey created that incredible defensive backbone, and his ability to play on anyone was such a joy to watch.
At the bottom tier, the MCG, they've all come down to the bottom tier, almost all 34,000 if they could, just to get one last glimpse, as close as they can, to the great Dustin Martin. Remember these scenes from Grand Final Day, the laps of honour. Dusty with a couple of medals every time, the Norm Smith and the Premiership medal.
And this is the man that created it all, the CEO, Brendan Gale. Of course, 244 games for the Tigers, CEO, Players Association, and then the 15-year stint. Damien Hardwick had just started when he came on board. What a legacy he leaves. First club to reach 100,000 members. They became a powerhouse under Brendan Gale, and because of the exploits of this man. Dan Rioli, we wonder, Kingy, whether he might have played his last game.
Well, it was a ripper if he did. It was a treat.
He played it as if he knew it was his last game, didn't he?
Yeah, he gave the lot.
He
Absolutely
did.
gave the lot for his mates.
Jack told us earlier that Dusty's flown back from overseas to be here for this. Just get the feeling it'll be the last time we sight him. We see him for a long while. Let's get down to Jack now with his great mate, Dustin Martin, and Dylan Grimes and Marlon Pickett.
Yes, thank you very much, guys. Great to be down here. Well, Duz, I spoke to you after your 300th game, and people sensed that the end was near. The end is here now. How are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty emotional and just it's pretty surreal. It feels a little bit weird. I think after today it'll probably really sink in. As everyone knows, I love the club so much. I love you all so much. I'm going to miss the place so much. Just so grateful to be a Tiger.
You've had a massive impact on people's lives. There's 34,000 in our house, 93,000 turned up to your 300th game. Have you got a favourite moment, one that you'll look back on fondly?
Oh, there's been too many awesome moments over the journey, but you know, you can't go past the OG flag to 2017. That was pretty bloody special.
And finally, mate, is there anything you'd like to say to the Tiger faithful that have followed you over your career?
As I've said, I love you all so much. I've been so loved and supported. I love you all so much. Thank you. Thank you for everything.
Grimesy, pick 2 in the 2010 pre-season draft, coming from a long way back to retire now 200-plus games, a 3-time premiership player, a captain of the football club. How are you feeling?
Oh, it's a really bittersweet moment. On one hand, I'm really sad to say goodbye to all of this, to the best fans in the world. But on the other hand, I've been blessed with so many great moments throughout my career, and I can't be anything but content with what's happened. So, yeah, I'm bittersweet but thrilled at the same time.
And it hasn't been quite public, but it has been a gruelling year for you. What does it mean to actually get back here to the ground to retire in front of the Richmond faithful?
Yeah, to be honest, it does mean a lot, and I appreciate the club for making such a big deal out of this for me personally and my family. It is a big moment for me to be back from surgery and be back out here on again, something I didn't think would happen. So, yeah, just thanks everyone for the support. It's been a great week. I really appreciate it.
And finally, mate, could you imagine in your wildest dreams that you would be retiring a 3-time premiership player?
No, I was pretty stoked just to get the one game. 234, I probably had about 6 good ones in there, so I'm rapt to have leaked it out for as long as I can. But yeah, look, I'll be a Tigers fan for life. I'm looking forward to celebrating with the boys this weekend.
Thanks, Still. And one of the great football stories, great Richmond stories, Marlon Pickett, you retire on 91 games, came into the game and injected a fair bit late. Your story is a fantastic one. It's an amazing story, mate. 2 premierships, retiring here at the MCG today.
Yes, it's been a pleasure. Tiger Army, couldn't thank you enough. Love you guys. And to do a lap of honour with these two legends up here, Dustin and Grimes, honour of mine. I would never thought I would be doing a lap with you guys. Yeah, so many precious memories here. I'm a Richmond Tiger for life, and yeah, thanks for the opportunity.
And Marlon, yours is, as I mentioned, a unique story into the AFL. What advice would you give to anyone that doesn't get drafted the first time or goes through a unique pathway to hopefully end up where you've ended up?
Yeah, keep consistent, never give up on your dreams. You just never know. When you feel like quitting and you do the extra little bit, then the opportunities come true. Yeah, to beat my last game in front of you guys, we love you, appreciate you. Yeah, it's an honour.
And finally, you've moved across from Western Australia. You brought Jess and your 4 children across. What impacts the Richmond Football Club had on your family?
Yeah, I'm really honoured. It's a really family club. Made my family feel welcomed, coming from the other side of Australia. Jess, the kids, love you. More time with you guys, so looking forward to it.
Thank you very much, Marlon. Really appreciate it. There you go, Richmond faithful and people at home. Your 3 retiring greats, Dustin Martin, Dylan Grimes and Marlon Pickett. I'm here with the man that made it happen for the Richmond faithful on the opposition today. The first time back at the MCG, Dimmer. What was it like coming home to the MCG for the first time in Suns colours?
Yeah, look, it was different, obviously. It's, you know, we're very privileged to play here first and foremost. When you look at it, Richmond, we're very, very lucky to have many games we've played here. But look, it's an awesome experience for our boys to have the Tiger Army up and about too, which is great, and to see some legends of not only the Richmond Footy Club but the AFL game in general. So
I'm going to ask you one question on the 3 retirees today. At what moment during the grand final week of 2019 do you think it's actually a good idea to pick a first game at Marlon Pickett in the grand final?
Well, in fairness, I think it was Danielle that obviously picked him. She sort of gave me you've got to pick him as a game changer. So look, it was incredible, and still look at that game. It's an incredible story, and to see him. The highlights during the week, you do get emotional, right? You sort of think everyone rode the journey, and it was such a significant moment, not only in Richmond but AFL history as well. So, a bit of a redemption story, so really important. And
a quick one on Dylan and Dustin. What do they mean to you?
Oh, they mean the world. It's funny, I'm getting emotional now speaking about them, but yeah, well, you sort of sit there, and I spoke to Tim and Blair and all that, and sort of said, how challenging it was for them, but you're sort of riding it as well. So it's pretty bloody awesome, to be honest, to see these boys out here today.
Well, Dimmer, it's fantastic to have you back here at the MCG. A great season for the Suns, 11 wins, the most in their short career so far. Best of luck for season 2025.
Thanks, mate. I won't be watching that game back. I'll give you the tip.
Don't think we will either.
Well, this is why we love sport. Champions bring us so much joy. That was absolutely perfect, and well done to Jack Revolt. Brilliant interviews, brilliant insight. I hope you can feel the emotion seeping through the screen from the MCG here. So the Gold Coast Suns have had to leave on a flight that they were going to miss. So the club has made their apologies for not being able to be here for this moment. But let's be honest, it's all about these three. One thing you never really thought you'd see in footy. Dustin Martin, very, very emotional. You see fans crying in the crowd. Look how much it meant to those that bleed yellow and black. And the man himself bled yellow and black for more than 300 games.